Operation Gideon's Chariots, a new offensive in Gaza. The Israel-Gaza conflict escalated dramatically on May 15, 2025, with the launch of Israel's Operation Gideon's Chariots. This full-scale ground offensive marked a significant escalation in the ongoing conflict. The operation, focusing on northern Gaza, represents Israel's most extensive military operation in the region since March. The Israel Defense Forces initiated the offensive with a massive show of force. Thousands of troops, backed by armored columns, poured into northern Gaza. Their stated objective to dismantle Hamas infrastructure and secure the release of Israeli hostages. The IDF claims to have struck over 150 Hamas targets, including weapon caches and command centers. A grim toll casualties mount on both sides. As the conflict rages on, the human cost continues to climb at an alarming rate. Palestinian medical officials report over 100 fatalities in northern Gaza on May 18 alone, bringing the total since Thursday to over 250. The actual number of casualties is feared to be much higher, as many areas remain inaccessible due to the ongoing fighting. The Israeli military also mourns its losses. The IDF confirms 414 soldiers killed in Gaza operations since October 2023, including 7 since the start of Operation Gideon's Chariots. These casualties come on top of the 1,614 Israelis and foreign nationals killed in the October 7th attacks, a stark reminder of the conflict's devastating impact. Gaza on the brink, a humanitarian catastrophe. The relentless violence has plunged Gaza into a full-blown humanitarian crisis. The United Nations warns of a looming famine, with over 2.1 million residents facing acute food insecurity. The UN estimates that 500,000 people are on the brink of starvation. The situation is exacerbated by a crippling blockade that has choked off essential supplies to Gaza for over 10 weeks. Hospitals are overwhelmed, struggling to function with dwindling medical supplies and a lack of basic necessities like electricity and clean water. Cholera and other waterborne diseases are spreading rapidly, posing a grave threat to the already vulnerable population. The struggle for a ceasefire diplomacy amidst violence. As the fighting intensifies, frantic diplomatic efforts are underway to secure a ceasefire. Qatar, Egypt, and the United States are leading mediation efforts in Doha, aiming to bridge the divide between Israel and Hamas. The international community is urging both sides to show restraint and prioritize the protection of civilians. However, reaching a lasting agreement remains a daunting challenge. Hamas demands the release of all Palestinian prisoners and an immediate end to the offensive as preconditions for a ceasefire. Israel, on the other hand, insists on security guarantees and the return of its captured citizens. Section 5. A world divided. International reactions to the conflict. The international community is deeply divided over the escalating conflict. The UN High Commissioner for Human Rights, Volker Turk, condemned the bombardments as potential ethnic cleansing. The European Union urged Israel to cease the assault and allow immediate humanitarian access to Gaza. The United States, while supporting Israel's right to defend itself, has expressed concern over the growing humanitarian crisis and urged restraint. President Trump and Secretary of State Rubio called for a ceasefire and emphasized the need for a peaceful resolution. Section 6. Life under siege. The impact on Gaza's civilians. For the people of Gaza, life has become an endless cycle of fear, displacement, and loss. The constant bombardments and ground fighting have forced over 436,000 people to flee their homes since mid-March. Many seek refuge in overcrowded UN shelters, where conditions are dire. The psychological toll of the conflict is immeasurable. Children in particular bear the brunt of the trauma, witnessing unimaginable violence and loss. The constant fear of airstrikes and shelling has left deep scars on the collective psyche of Gaza's population. Section 7. The scars of conflict. Southern Israel grapples with trauma. While the Gaza Strip bears the brunt of the violence, the conflict also casts a long shadow over southern Israel. Rockets fired from Gaza continue to reach Israeli towns and cities, causing fear and disruption to daily life. The constant threat of rocket attacks has taken a toll on the mental health of residents in southern Israel. Schools and businesses often close during periods of intense fighting, and many live with the constant fear of sudden violence. Section 8. The uncertain future. Prospects for peace remain elusive. As the conflict enters its third week, the path to a lasting peace remains elusive. The deep-rooted mistrust between Israel and Hamas, coupled with the complex geopolitical realities, presents formidable obstacles to a negotiated settlement. The international community faces the daunting task of finding a way to break the cycle of violence and address the root causes of the conflict. A sustainable peace will require addressing the underlying issues of security, land, and resources. Section 9. A call for humanity. The urgent need for peace in Gaza. The ongoing conflict in Gaza is a stark reminder of the human cost of violence and division. The images of suffering and destruction serve as a powerful call for action. The international community must prioritize a peaceful resolution to the conflict and provide urgent humanitarian assistance to those caught in the crossfire. Ultimately, the path to peace lies in dialogue, understanding, and a shared commitment to building a future where both Israelis and Palestinians can live in security and dignity. The time for action is now, for the sake of all those whose lives have been torn apart by this enduring conflict.